Hello, songbirds.
Hello, songbirds.
Hello, songbirds. In Song of Mania, you experience the tragic tale of Orpheus and Eurydice, a tale of two lovers torn apart by death. For Orpheus sang about his grief and journey to the underworld for the world to remember. But who are we to tell such tales? We are Good Question Games, of course, a group of 4 student developers attending Kristiania University. Our team consists of Sander, Chase, Daniel, and Sebastian as core members, but we also have an in-house musician of our own, as well as 2 lovely voice actors. From idea to reality. We started the project with the engine in mind. To broaden our horizon as future game developers, we chose to learn about the Unreal as a tool. So we had a few ideas. A point-and-click game with a dialogue tree to solve puzzles. A horror walking simulator where you look through the front and back camera of your phone. And a dating simulator where you played the matchmaker. All very interesting ideas until Sander came up with the splendid tagline of the point-and-click.
What if we told the story of Orpheus and Eurydice from her perspective?
He then proceeded to spill his heart out with the vision of his project, and we loved it. With a great plan before us and an execution in mind, he became the creative director, responsible to shape the idea into reality. We at Good Question Games share a common passion for Greek mythology and got right to work to craft a story equally great as the giants that inspired us. Hades, Lord Olympus, Hades Town, God of War, all great modern experiences which shaped our path as we created our game. But we started with being passionate with the origin of these stories first. Tales about the 12 pantheons up in their mountain, the humans they had touched throughout their lifetimes, and the mysteries lying behind forgotten tales in Greek mythology. Our passion lies beyond just fascination. One of us even got a tattoo in tribute of Hades and Persephone.
Well, the experience was exceedingly painful, lasted 7 hours, but I would do it again without a doubt. I've been planning that tattoo for a long time, and when it was finally completed, I felt a sense of relief and accomplishment, even though I did nothing really. So yeah, I'm really happy with the result.
Ouch, that looks painful. The tales taught us a lot about their world and what the Greek valued back then. But some of their stories has been obscured and forgotten in our recent times, and after doing some research on our own, it turned out that not a lot of people had heard about the smaller Greek myths. Midas and his golden touch, Sisyphus pushing his rock up the hill, or the original tale of Orpheus and Eurydice. Not a lot of people have been told about the tragedy, or even heard about the name Orpheus and Eurydice. Something we experienced as a good thing in the end. It meant that we could take creative liberty and shape the experience however we wanted. Create our own version of what the listener should take away from the story. In the original tale, Orpheus loses his wife and grieves. He's given the opportunity to pursue Hades and convinces him to bring Eurydice back to life. The king of the dead agreed, on the condition that she walked behind him to the surface without Orpheus turning around. He did, of course, look back at the very last moment and lost her forever. No additions of this tale states how Eurydice felt during this period of her death, living in the underworld and being found again so suddenly. Nowhere does it say if she ever wanted to leave the underworld and if she was truly happy with Orpheus. We wanted to take this story and shape it into something inspiring for young women, by making the main character Eurydice and see the world from her point of view. A great story deserves great mechanics as well as great visuals. And in our road to learn more and become better game designers, we decided to tackle Unreal Engine. We wanted to learn more, seeing as we had little to no experience with Unreal as a tool. For the first few months, everything went smoothly. We had few problems and managed to make a lot of the base game in the engine. The original plan was for the full release to be a single chapter in a multi-chapter story. We made the groundwork for a total of 5 potential chapters. where the first chapter would be free and developed during our semester of 2022. If the reception and development of the game went well, it would create a great starting point for further development in the future, and even support for a full version of a satisfying conclusion. It would have been a great project with so much potential. This is where everything fell apart. Days were rapidly approaching the Norwegian Comic-Con, where our class would present their games for the first time to the public, and even hold a presentation about its content. We were all so adorable, and everyone in class did great. Look how cool we are! But a week before all of this, we realized we wouldn't be able to attend the Comic-Con with the current state of the game. Nothing seemed to be working. Dominoes in full effect came tumbling down, and errors kept piling up for no reason. The worst part is that we had an error where we couldn't even export our game into something people could play. Unreal did not cooperate with us, and no matter how much time and fixing we sunk into the project, it led us to every possible dead end. We needed compromise. Some quick problem solving. It was time to abandon ship and say goodbye to Unreal as an engine. And hello to Unity. We all have quite a lot of experience with Unity, and together with a lot of crunch and overtime, we managed to squeeze what we did in 2 months into 4 whole days. A basic version of our original idea managed to see the light of day just in time for Comic-Con. We got so much valuable feedback. Thank you again to everyone who participated. But due to this crunch time, there were a lot of design decisions that had to be made to avoid burnouts and achieve a realistic goal to reach deadlines. At the end of the day, we wanted to develop what could be to its best potential, which is why the game went from pretty well sized to becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. And now it has become a small yet beautiful golden nugget. And we love it either way. We as a team learned so much and experienced so many things during this development. We thought we had nothing to show, yet here we are at the end of a long and painful road with so much. We made sure none of us burnt out so we can keep on shining. It was a fun journey, and we're here to make more games like this one. Even if the game didn't manage to live, it does not mean death. For death is just the beginning where we all meet again. This has been the road to Song of Mania.
Song of Mania.
Song of Mania.
Song of Mania.
See you next time in the neon lights of the underworld.